You're scrolling late at night, half asleep, and you see it. Two women who called each other my sister for years, trips, birthdays, inside jokes, matching captions, gone. Not fading, not drifting, gone. One of them is scrubbed from the other's world like she never existed. Photos deleted, tags removed, comments wiped, mutual friends suddenly quiet. And you think, what happened? Because if it can end that fast, what was it? You ask her about it and you get the modern answer. I'm protecting my peace. I outgrew her. It was toxic. No story, no specifics, no closure. And what hits you, if you're paying attention, is how clean the execution is. Like a switch flipped. Brother, it looks like it ended overnight. But here's the truth that makes the whole thing make sense. It didn't end suddenly. It ended silently. Then it got announced through behavior. The betrayal isn't that friendships end. The betrayal is what you believed friendship was. Most men are raised on a simple model of loyalty. You fight, you settle it, you move forward. You don't erase someone unless they crossed a hard line. So when you watch female friendships collapse for no reason, it looks irrational. But what you're seeing isn't irrational. It's a different operating system. Many female friendships are built less like a contract and more like an alliance. Alignment of emotion, alignment of status, alignment of social positioning. When that alignment breaks, the friendship doesn't discuss itself back into existence. It resorts itself. And the cut can look sudden because the decision was made long before the announcement. Men imagine conflict as a loud storm. Women often fight social wars like chess. Quiet moves, coalition shifts, reputation control. The betrayal is realizing the battlefield was never your kind of battlefield. What I'm about to tell you will sound cynical, until you realize it's biological. Human beings are programmed, hardwired, by survival pressure to protect their social position when the environment feels uncertain. And historically, for women, social inclusion wasn't a luxury, it was protection. If you were excluded from the group, your access to safety, resources, information collapsed. So over time, female social systems evolved tools that don't require physical violence to do damage. Relational aggression, coalition building, exclusion, gossip, reputation warfare. Not because women are bad, because the biological imperative is survival, and survival in a group is political. Now add modern life, attention economy, social media, constant comparison. The nervous system is scanning 24/7. Am I admired? Am I included? Am I being replaced? Is she above me now? That's not romance. That's social hierarchy management, wearing a friendship costume. Let's break down the mechanism like a clinician, because this is where people get confused. Female friendships often run on unspoken contracts. I validate you, you validate me. We stay equal. We don't outshine each other too much. We present a united front in public. And the enforcement isn't always direct confrontation, it's social consequence. Neurologically, belonging is a drug. Inclusion triggers dopamine and oxytocin, reward and bonding. Exclusion triggers cortisol and social pain circuitry. The brain processes rejection like injury. So when a friendship starts wobbling, the mind doesn't say, let's debate this fairly. It says, reduce risk. And risk reduction often looks like withdraw first, rewrite the story, recruit allies, then cut. That's why the ending looks sudden, because the conflict stage was quiet and internal, and by the time it becomes visible, the verdict has already been signed. Now let's get practical, because this is the part men don't see until it's too late. Here are the warning signs you'll recognize. Sign 1. The energy shift. Replies slow down, enthusiasm fades, invitations stop, but there's no explanation and no repair attempt. Sign 2. Micro-dominance moves. Backhanded compliments, subtle sarcasm, minimizing your wins, little stings disguised as jokes. Sign 3. Selective support. She shows up for your failures because it keeps the hierarchy stable. She goes quiet during your success because it threatens the hierarchy. Sign 4. Triangulation. She starts speaking through other people. Suddenly you hear, people were saying, your private stories leak into the group. Sign 5. Image policing. She criticizes your dating choices, your posts, your glow-up, framed as concern, but it lands like control. And then the final sign. You confront her gently, calm, direct, and you get a moral speech or a vague diagnosis. Toxic. Energy. Boundaries. Translation, I'm ending this without debate. Let me give you a scenario. A woman, call her Lena, starts improving. New job, better body, more confidence, new social circle. Nothing evil, just growth. Her friend, call her Tessa, claps at first. Comments, smiles, so proud of you. But something changes. Tessa's compliments become sharper. Oh wow, must be nice. Don't forget us little people now. You're really feeling yourself lately. Lena feels it but doesn't want to believe it, so she rationalizes. She's joking. She's stressed. She doesn't mean it. Then the invitations shift. Group events happen without Lena. Photos get posted without her. The room starts moving differently. And one day Lena realizes she's not being excluded by accident. She's being voted out quietly. Because in that social economy, Lena's upgrade changed the hierarchy. And someone decided that was unacceptable. Not discussed. Not negotiated. Solved with exclusion. Here's another one, common and ugly. Two close friends, same circle, same nightlife. One of them starts dating a man the other one wanted or believed she could have. And suddenly, the friendship becomes a war with no declared rules. It's not always direct flirting. It can be quieter, planting doubt, highlighting the boyfriend's flaws, accidentally embarrassing her in public, escalating minor conflicts, positioning herself as the real confidant. This is where men misunderstand female conflict the most. Men expect direct attack. Women often weaponize narrative. If she can control the story, she can control the group. And once the group believes the story, the friendship is over. Even if the facts were thin. That's why it ends suddenly. The cut is the final move. The battle happened in the invisible arena. Perception. Now zoom out. This isn't just individual psychology. It's the system. Social media turned friendship into a performance. The friend group became an audience. Loyalty became optional. Optics became mandatory. And culture pushed a new moral language that makes discarding people look enlightened. Protect your peace. Cut off negativity. You don't owe anyone anything. It sounds empowering, until you see what it produces. A society where people can erase relationships without accountability and call it healing. And the economy of comparison makes it worse. Women are pressured to compete on beauty, lifestyle, relationship status, and social clout. So friendships become mirrors. And when the mirror reflects something uncomfortable, someone upgrades, someone falls behind, friendship turns into threat. That's the conspiracy. Not secret meetings, just incentives. And incentives shape behavior. Here's where it collapses. Not in the group chat, in the nervous system. The targeted woman feels insane because there was no single event, just a vibe shift. So she starts negotiating. She over-explains. She apologizes too much. She gifts. She chases. She tries to be low maintenance. And every time she chases, she hands more leverage to the person excluding her. Then the social environment changes. Fewer invites, inside jokes she doesn't understand, information withheld, mutual friends suddenly busy. This is the emotional destruction point. She realizes the decision was made in private, then announced through behavior. And what she loses isn't just a friend. She loses her social map. That's why it hurts like betrayal. Because it is. I'm going to say this cleanly. A lot of best friend language is emotional branding, not a contract. Some friendships are stable only while both women remain equal in perceived value. When the scale tips, the bond gets tested. And sudden endings are often status verdicts. Someone decided you're a risk, a rival, or a reminder of what they fear becoming. And the coldest part? The cutoff gets framed as morality. I outgrew you. I'm healing. I'm protecting my peace. Maybe. Sometimes. But often it's insecurity wearing a lab coat. Here's the rule that governs the whole battlefield. In many social environments, narrative beats truth. And if you can be erased without discussion, you were never protected by loyalty. You were protected by convenience. Now, what do you do with this? First, don't turn it into bitterness. Bitterness makes you weak. It makes you loud. It makes you predictable. Instead, use it as education. Rule 1. Stop projecting male loyalty models onto female social dynamics. Men bond through shared mission. Women often bond through shared emotion and social alignment. Different tools, different rules. Rule 2. Watch behavior, not declarations. Sister means nothing if actions show rivalry, sabotage, or withdrawal. Rule 3. Don't chase unclear energy. When respect drops, step back. Chasing feeds dominance and confirms low value. Rule 4. Choose clean circles. Pick people, men or women, who celebrate your wins without punishing you. Rule 5. Build social redundancy. All men should have multiple sources of community: brotherhood, purpose, training, work allies. If one connection collapses, your identity doesn't. Rule 6. Use standards, not revenge. The Stoic move is selection. Who gets access to your time, your trust, your protection? The lesson isn't women are bad. The lesson is social dynamics are a market, and the untrained get traded. So when you see a female friendship end suddenly, don't be fooled by the speed. The speed is the announcement. The decision was made long before. And if you're a man trying to understand human nature, trying to lead your own life with clarity, remember this. People don't always leave because you're wrong. Sometimes they leave because your existence stopped serving their positioning. Stay calm, watch behavior, keep standards, and never build your identity on someone else's fluctuating alignment. That's how you become unmovable.